Welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I wanted to talk about how living up here in the PC clouds kind of makes me forget that there's a war back down on the surface over which console is better. I forget, and every now and then I stop to look down and try to see who's winning this war, but then I get distracted by another Xbox or PlayStation banger coming to PC, and I just forget to keep tabs on what's going on down there. Because up here in the PC clouds, we seem to be getting everything from both of these console manufacturers that apparently are no longer sustainable on their own platforms because there just isn't enough console gamers out there to continue to keep the ball rolling. And on PC we get these games cheaper. Like I'm about to be pre-ordering the Horizon Forbidden West, the PC or the PlayStation banger that's coming to PC here in the next day or so. I figure, yeah, I might as well just pre-order that one and get it out of the way. But, it's funny, my friends. I've been on Twitter, yesterday and today, and then I made like a little video talking about like I don't really care if Xbox games go to PlayStation and Nintendo, but there are some people out there, and a lot of you guys, I consider you guys friends. Seriously, I do. My Xbox friends, my PlayStation friends, my Nintendo friends. I do. Like, I consider you guys friends, and I hate seeing you guys going against each other and fighting over something is it's getting on PC has made that thing literally irrelevant. And to be completely honest with you, it was never a big thing for me in the first place. I mean, it was simple. As a gamer, and this is the simple truth to it. As a gamer who likes to play games, I was compelled to have to buy multiple consoles because of games that I thought were interesting and I wanted to play. So as a gamer, as somebody who truly puts the games above everything else, and that's true, I really do. The games come first and the consoles are second fiddle to the games. Period. If you want my honest opinion, I do think that this generation has been a lot more, consumer friendly toward the toward the Xbox guys from the Xbox ecosystem. Whereas the PlayStation ecosystem kind of feels more like they are hardcore trying to make as much money as they possibly can off of the IPs and the games that they already have out there. There's talk of the first Uncharted getting a full-on remake already on the internet, and so that's like I find it interesting to see the comments and the way that each of like the PlayStation guys and the Xbox guys, the way they talk to each other and the way they treat each other is pretty disappointing, man. Like, Xbox has amazing games that I want to play. PlayStation has amazing games that I want to play. And now I get to play them all on PC. And yes, obviously not everybody can jump right into PC. Like, not everybody can do it, but it is more future proof than either of these consoles are ever going to be again. We're at a time where, and this is my honest belief, we are at a crossroads where console gaming, as it is right now, with the advancements in technology and visuals and all of that stuff that each console has been bringing to the table with their first party studios, it is about to change dramatically. And I don't, and it's not going to be more forward thinking pushing games bigger and bolder and more tech. Like, no, dude, you're gonna see a dramatic shift in the way that first party studios handle funding and handle the projects that they're going to be building, because what they're doing right now going forward is not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. You are going to see a pretty drastic reduction in the overall budget for games, and you're going to get more stuff that's going to be like Pal World. I mean definitely a little bit more polished than that, but you're going to start seeing that type of experience more and more and more as we go. I mean, maybe not by the end of this generation. You got so many projects in the works right now that are AAA games. They're already funded. They're halfway done. They're almost to completion. But new projects going forward, I do not think are going to be receiving that type of a budget. Not every game going forward. It used to be in the past that Sony would spend a lot of money to build these games out, but I do not think that every studio is going to get that same budget anymore. I think you are going to see a reduction in the overall quality of these games going forward because of the fact that it's not sustainable. And you are going to see companies like Xbox, who is essentially already a multi-platform publisher, branch out even more to put games that make sense to the executives on other platforms. Hi-Fi Rush, for instance, 100% in my mind as a gamer makes perfect sense for that game to go to Nintendo Switch. To go to the PlayStation, that could be a stretch, but if they're already porting it to Nintendo Switch, might as well. That opens up another 50 million plus gamers that will have access to a game that is good. It's fun. Tokyo Gameworks made a great game. They made a very good game. And then you have other games. Sea of Thieves. It's been out since 2017. I think it was 2016 or 2017. I don't actually. I think I got that one on the Series X or on the Xbox One X. Whenever that game came out, you have a game that's already got 30 million players in there, with all the capabilities and everything that, you know, like the PlayStation 5 has, that Nintendo Switch has. If they can get that game running on Nintendo Switch, absolutely. That just opens up the doors to even more players. You've already got it on PC, you've got it on Xbox. If they port that to PlayStation, that just creates a bigger install base for that game to be more successful. And if you look at titles like Minecraft or any of these other games that do exceptionally well because they are multi-platform and they are connected and all players can join in and play, you gotta understand, okay? Like, we're gamers. The vocal minority of the frontline console warriors that go head to head with the PlayStation guys and the Xbox guys, the ones that call Xbox, you know, the ones that call each other Xbox and ponies and stuff like that. And yes, I'm one of them too, man. I like to have fun. I've never really cared about the console war, but I do like to have fun. It is fun. It's entertaining. It's just a way to have a little bit of fun. But you got to understand that these guys on the front row do not represent the mass, the bulk of gamers. They don't speak for all gamers. They certainly don't speak for me. They certainly don't speak for all the other gamers that, like, hey man, maybe one kid has a PlayStation 5, but his best friend has an Xbox Series X, and his friend's like, dude, I love this game, Sea of Thieves, and he's like, oh man, I can't play that. And those two kids don't care. They don't care about a console war. They don't care who's winning. They don't care who's out there. They just want to play the game together as friends because it's a cool game. And for a console warriors, like, I get the whole thing, man. Like, I get it. Like, I'm partial to AMD now. I like the AMD platform more than I like Nvidia. But at the end of the day, it's not like I would never go out and buy another Nvidia GPU. Like, I mean, dude, I'm never gonna limit myself to just one brand. Like, I've never done that. I never will do that. But for Xbox to be forward thinking enough to be willing to risk or jeopardize that vocal minority in order to put their games in more places for more people to play, I don't see anything wrong with this, my friends. And this is 38 years of video game experience and playing video games, and always buying every single console to play specific games on those consoles. Now, I do think that most of this is just rumor. I mean, I think that most of this is just rumor. But if it comes to pass and Xbox opens up and starts delivering other games to competing platforms, I don't necessarily see that hurting the Xbox brand, but I do think that it could potentially lead to a fractured Xbox ecosystem, so to speak. Like it would feel a little bit fractured, to be completely honest with you. I mean, in my mind, if they're going to put some games, might as well put all games. But then that literally creates that right there creates this issue of, okay, well, I don't need an Xbox to play Halo. What does the Xbox, because but here's the thing, without the Xbox console, what is Xbox? Is it just Microsoft Studios? Is it Microsoft Publishing? What is it? Because that pillar of the Xbox console is what defines Xbox as a platform. And without that, like if they're third party like Sega, like Sega, Xbox's whole name is designed around a console. Xbox. Sega is like Sega. You know what I mean? But Xbox is literally in itself, as is PlayStation, as these both refer to and infer that there is a platform designed to play their games exclusively. So that there automatically, I mean, Nintendo could easily go freaking, I don't know. Yeah. See, Nintendo could potentially go third party and be okay and still get that name recognition and all of that. But Xbox or PlayStation, that's a little bit harder. That's a little bit harder for them to become third party, things altogether. So I don't think that the executives over at Xbox are really considering putting every single game they make on competing platforms. Now, I do feel like there is room for them to build multi-platform games. I do, and I think the same is true for PlayStation as well. I think that both of these companies could 100%, look at their strategy and be like, okay, this is a games as a service game. We're building this across platforms. Or this game is something that we want everybody to play, so we're building this as a cross-platform game. But when it comes to games like Halo, single-player campaign and stuff, I mean, I personally, don't think they should ever put Halo on competing platforms. But you know what, man? Like, if PlayStation guys want to play Halo, let them play Halo. I don't really care. But I mean, like Gears of War, Forza, some of these other games that are like that define the Xbox ecosystem. Yeah, those games should probably stay on Xbox, and they should continue to build new IPs that are exclusive to Xbox only. But like I was saying earlier, these budgets are going to start shrinking. They have to. Xbox is in a better position due to Game Pass, that they have residual monthly income coming in that they could focus towards building new games or paying for games to come to the service. Whatever, they have a little bit more fluidity in terms of being able to fund different projects, whereas PlayStation literally lives and dies on what they create and sell to their community. And right now, with the way the game sales are going and the way that the overall gaming community is receiving games lately, that is a very risky business. Like, you just saw what happened with Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad just came out. That was a very high budget experience from Rocksteady, and look at the way that people are pushing back against that game and the way that they're treating it. And with PlayStation having so many games as service games that they were trying to bring together and put out, most of those would have been met with the exact same fate. Nobody that's used to playing single player games from specific developers wants to in any way entertain a live service experience from those developers without some sort of, without some sort of like feeling like, ooh boy, I don't know. They're definitely going to have anxiety about it, but depending on their bond with that developer and their previous works, they might be able to look past it long enough to get the game and try it for themselves. But whew, I don't know, man. Like, we'll find out. Like, we'll find out if Rocksteady is still around after a while, or if they ultimately were axed because Suicide Squad didn't do well. I see that Suicide Squad is getting pretty decent. Well, I don't know. I reviewed it positively because I think it's fun. I think it's an awesome game, and I like playing it. But like I said, guys, the only way for both of these console platforms to survive is to diversify their IPs, and they need to bring them to more gamers so that they can play them. It is unsustainable with the platforms the way they are. It's unsustainable. Like, PlayStation will not survive this if things keep going the way they're going, and people continue to not pay full price for games, and we continue to have weak launches on very high dollar, very high investment games. You're going to see a drastic reduction in the overall funding and resources that are going to be going into those types of titles in the future. So I would probably worry more about your own console platform and start buying those games and supporting that. If that's what you want more of, buy more of it. If you don't want more of it, then let somebody else have the opportunity to decide if that's something they want. But this, from now on, man, you guys should probably just worry about your platform. If you love Xbox, love Xbox. Don't even worry about what PlayStation's doing. Just start buying your games. If you're on PlayStation, who cares? Every time you guys get a silver platter, like Forspoken or something handed to you on a silver platter, you better support that title. I don't care if it's 864p or not. You better support that game, because when you don't support them, the funds are going to dry up, and they're going to dry up really fast, and studios are going to continue to lay people off. They're going to continue to close things down. So yeah, you pretty much, if you want your platform to survive, you're going to have to stop worrying about the console wars. You're going to have to stop checking Microsoft's pockets and PlayStation's pockets, and you're going to have to start worrying about your own platform and what they're doing and what they're bringing for you. Because up here in the PC clouds, we are getting it all, and we're enjoying it. So if you like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe, my friends. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.